Hi, I'm John Graham from St. Luke's University Health Network, and we're here to provide you with a fitness program that you can do in the comforts of your own home. Please consult with your personal physician prior to starting this exercise program to ensure your safety and well-being. We are going to offer you 3 different levels. Level 1 will be those individuals who've exercised for 3 months or less. Level 2 will be those individuals who've exercised for 3 to 6 months, and level 3 will be those individuals who've exercised for 6 months or longer. Now, when using weights at home, if you don't have dumbbells or weighted equipment available to you, a simple gallon jug that you fill with water can be utilized as a substitute for any dumbbell exercise or weighted exercise that we have. In addition, you can use soup cans or other objects within your household that give you some additional resistance whenever it comes to performing these movements. We're going to start with a weighted goblet squat. When performing the weighted goblet squat, hold the weight up against chest level with your elbows tucked in and your hands directly underneath your chin to support the weighted object. When you're squatting, you want to keep your head up and your back flat, pushing your butt out, keeping your knees directly above your ankles, and squatting to a position where your buttocks comes almost to parallel with the floor. If you're experiencing any knee discomfort going past a certain point, stop at that point and return back to your starting position. In other words, use the range of motion that is most comfortable with you as you're starting this movement program, and then as you get better, you may be able to descend to the position of parallel with the floor. Our next movement in the lower body exercise segment is going to be the jumping jacks. And similar to what we just did in the warm-up, we want to make sure that we're doing the jumping jacks in a fashion where our feet are coming apart and our arms are going above our head in a simultaneous fashion as you're performing the exercise. Our next exercise is a weighted front lunge. As you're performing this movement, you want to step forward, bringing the knee directly above the ankle as you're on the leg that you're stepping forward with, as the back knee slowly comes towards the floor in a bent leg fashion. As you're coming forward into the front lunge position, push off the ball of the foot before returning back to the starting position with the feet parallel or side by side. Make sure that you're performing each movement pattern where you're alternating feet and performing 10 repetitions if you're at a level 1, 15 repetitions if you're at a level 2, and 20 repetitions if you're at a level 3. The next movement in our lower body segment is the speed squats, and with the speed squats, we want to cross our arms across our upper extremity. And as we're performing the movement, keep the knees directly above the ankles. Our upper body is going to remain erect, and we're going to keep our head looking straight ahead, pushing our butt out, keeping our knees above the ankles, and bringing our buttocks down to parallel with the floor. Our weighted side lunge becomes our next exercise in our lower body segment. In performing the side lunge, step sideways, keeping the feet parallel with each other as you do and the toes pointing straight ahead. The weighted implements should go inside and outside the leg that you're stepping with, and then push off the ball of the foot to return back to the original starting position. For level 1 exercisers, let's start out with 10 repetitions. Level 2, start out with 15 repetitions. And level 3, we're going to start out with 20 repetitions. Our next one is the mountain climber movement pattern. And just as we did at the beginning in our warm-up fashion, we can do it from a modified position, which means using an elevated surface to perform the mountain climber movement pattern, or we can do it from the floor position if we're at a level 2 or level 3 as an exerciser. When doing the mountain climbers, we want to try to perform them for 20 seconds for level 1, 30 seconds for level 2, and 40 seconds for level 3. Our 7th exercise in the lower body segment is the weighted straight leg deadlift. When performing the weighted straight leg deadlift, we want to flex our knees slightly, keeping our feet parallel with each other and shoulder width apart. We want to hinge from the hips by pushing our buttocks back and sliding the weighted objects down the front of our thighs until they reach a point where they are even with our mid-shin. Ideally, the body alignment should be that your upper extremity is parallel with the floor, with the head and shoulders up and eyes looking straight ahead and your back flat. You want to return from that bottom position back up to the starting position, standing erect with the legs extended once again. Prior to starting each repetition, make sure you flex your knees just slightly to initiate the movement. For the level 1 exerciser, we want to perform 10 repetitions. For the level 2, 15 repetitions. And for the level 3 exerciser, 20 repetitions. Our 8th and final exercise in the lower body segment is the march or jog in place. When performing the march or jog in place, level 1 exercisers should perform it for 20 seconds, level 2 exercises for 30 seconds, and level 3 exercisers for 40 seconds.